You might not know it yet, but this video could change your life forever. Over the course of the next few minutes, you'll discover the incredible secret that ordinary people are using to make money quickly and easily each and every day. Because the fact is that people just like you are using just one site, ClickBank, to generate in excess of $80,000 every single month. Take a look at this. I'm now logging into my ClickBank Master account so that you can see the power of the system I'm offering you today. Now, here you can see that I've made over $52,000 net profit in the last 15 days alone. And if I change that to the last 30 days, you can see that I've made a staggering $83,386.26. Here you can see my daily sales shots. You can see I'm making up to $8,560 in a day. And these are the kind of profits I'm seeing each and every day. By the end of this short presentation, you'll know exactly how to copy my success and follow in my footsteps. And you don't need any special equipment to get started, so don't worry about splashing out on expensive tech goods. All you need to make money is an internet connection, 10 minutes of free time each day, and a desire to become extremely wealthy. Just take a look at this. As you can see, there hasn't been a single day where my earnings have dipped below $500. And that's just one of my ClickBank accounts. Here's another, and another here. In fact, in the past year, I've made more than $1 million in ClickBank commissions. But before we go any further, I know you might be skeptical. I was too when I first started trying to make money online. In the past, I've lost time and money messing around with blogging, pay-per-click advertising, binary options, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies, and I was even once conned into a pyramid scheme. A bit of healthy skepticism is a good thing. There are so many crooks and fake gurus out there who are looking to con you out of your hard-earned money. But this is different, because ClickBank is a completely legitimate website that I've been using for more than 2 years to consistently make an income in excess of $20,000 per week. In fact, take a look at my latest round of paychecks. That all adds up to a staggering $29,375.89 paid out to me in the same week. So I suggest you turn off the TV, switch your phone to flight mode, and get rid of any other distractions so that you can listen very carefully to what I'm about to say to you. I will only say this once, and the information I'm about to share will change your life forever. And honestly, you deserve this. You've worked hard your entire life. You've been treated like dirt by your boss. You've dealt with no end of problems over the years, and yet through it all, you've taken care of your family and friends. And now it's time for your reward. So forget about work, debt, and the bills that are piling up on the counter. From today, you have the chance to enjoy a life of financial freedom and luxury.
I had no idea that someone like me could make so much money online. Before discovering this website, I only used my laptop for emails and Facebook. Now I'm making more than $80,000 per month from a website I'd never even heard of. I work no more than 10 minutes per day, and my profits come in every single day while I'm out doing other things.
To be honest, I was very unsure about trying this out as I lost money in the past following online schemes. But luckily, I hit the jackpot with this one. In the past 6 months, I've made more than $500,000. I've moved my family into a much bigger house and in a nicer neighborhood. And honestly, life couldn't be better. This is the passive income I've been dreaming of for years.
I thought making this kind of money was for the likes of bankers, Wall Street traders, such alike. But here I am with a new BMW i8 and I'm grinning from ear to ear. If only more people knew about this site.
And I cannot stress to you enough just how easy it is to make money with this website. Even my 79-year-old Nan can do it. And don't worry if you've tried in the past to make money online and failed. Beginning your money-making journey online without any help or guidance is extremely difficult. To be honest, the vast majority of people fail when they try to go it alone online. I failed the first time I tried. In fact, I just realized I haven't introduced myself yet. Please allow me to remedy that now. My name is George Patterson, and for the first 30 years of my life, I lived in Pennsylvania. I suppose you could say I had a fairly average life. My mom raised me and my 3 brothers alone, so we didn't have much by the way of luxuries growing up. But there was always a roof over our heads and food on the table. At the age of 16, I dropped out of education to get a job. I enjoyed school and I was making pretty good grades, but I knew my mom needed the financial support. So I left school despite her insisting that I continue in my studies. My first job was as a pot washer in a seafood restaurant. Then I worked in a supermarket, then a sporting goods store, and from there I continued to move from one minimum wage job to another, never finding any work that I really enjoyed. But I didn't complain. My brothers were doing well in school and I was able to help my mom with the costs of running the house. And sometimes I'd even treat myself. My life was okay. Until one day, when Mom got sick. At the age of 55, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was devastated. And to add to the pain of knowing that I could lose my beloved mother and become the sole provider for my 3 younger brothers, I also had no idea how we'd pay the hospital bills. Quite frankly, I was terrified. Over the days and weeks that followed, we received a lot of visitors. First my grandparents, then aunts, uncles, friends, even my deadbeat dad made an appearance after being out of the picture for more than 2 decades. But as the flowers and cards stacked up, so did the medical bills. I knew I couldn't afford to keep paying them. I had absolutely no idea what I would do. Then one Sunday morning, a knock at the door came from my dad's sister Claire and her son, Jeremy. I hadn't seen Jeremy since I was about 7 years old, but when I saw his face, I was instantly taken back to the summers we'd spent climbing trees, playing in the brook, and catching fish with a small net and bucket. And now it felt as though we'd never been apart. We talked for hours about our childhood, about relatives, about my mom's health, and a whole bunch of other things, until finally it was time to say goodbye once again. I walked Jeremy to the door. He gave me a big farewell hug and then he slipped something into my pocket and whispered, "Take care of your mom." And if that's not enough, there's plenty more where that came from. After I closed the door, I reached into my pocket, and much to my amazement, I pulled out a check for $40,000. I couldn't believe it. Jeremy had just given me more in a second than I had made in an entire year of work. I was overwhelmed. Honestly, it took me a moment to come back down to earth. I'd never seen so much money in all my life, and he gave it to me, as if it was nothing. Then his parting words echoed once more in my mind. There's plenty more where that came from. It dawned on me that we talked about so many things over the past 5 hours, but he never told me what he did for a living. I had to know. A few days later, I drove all the way to New York, where Jeremy now lived, and met him for dinner in what he told me was one of his favorite fusion restaurants. Quite honestly, I didn't know what a fusion restaurant was. Then, after numerous Japanese Mexican delicacies, more retelling of old stories, and a million thank yous from me to him, I asked him, "So what is it you do? How is it that you were able to give us $40,000? And without hesitation, he told me about his secret website, ClickBank. ClickBank is the premier online marketplace for digital information products that has, to date, paid out more than $2 billion to its members. And what's really crazy is that almost nobody knows about it. In fact, absolutely anyone can use ClickBank and has the ability to make thousands of dollars easily, but almost nobody does. And the great thing is that of that $2 billion, almost all of it has been paid out to ordinary people just like you and me. The big corporations simply don't know about this site. Jeremy and I talked for several or more hours about ClickBank, until the restaurant closed and we moved to the nearby bar. By this point, we both had out our smartphones. I created a ClickBank account and he was teaching me everything there was to know about the site. I learned the method that he'd developed for earning more than $2,500 per day with the site. And I realized that the $40,000 he'd given me was less than 2 weeks' wages for him. He showed me every tip and trick and helped me to go from a total rookie to ClickBank Pro in the course of one evening. I was over the moon and eternally grateful. I stayed the night at his place, and then the next morning I drove back to Pennsylvania. The whole way home, all I could think about was the possibilities ClickBank had to offer me. The possibility of quitting my job, buying a new car, finally taking a vacation outside of the U.S., and, of course, helping out my mom and brothers. And now, more than 2 years later, I am very happy to tell you that every dream I had has come true. But most importantly of all, thanks to the very best healthcare money could buy, my mom made a full recovery. Now, I want to share my joy with others. I know what it's like to have nothing, to feel desperate, to feel hopeless. And so I want to help you to experience the relief that I felt, the relief that comes with financial freedom. And I want you to know a life where you can treat yourself and your loved ones without guilt or worry. That's why I developed the ClickBank Cash Code. With this powerful system, you can bypass all of the complicated startup process and begin making money right away. Every single one of my existing members made more than $20,000 in their first week of using the ClickBank Cash Code. And now you can use the exact same system that they're using. You see, it was during my 10th month of success with ClickBank that I contacted Jeremy with an idea. I wanted to develop a system that would help others to make money using ClickBank with ease. Much to my delight, he was keen to get on board. For the next 2 months, I regularly commuted to and from New York, often staying for a few nights at the Four Seasons. And together, Jeremy and I worked tirelessly to develop the ClickBank Cash Code system. Coffee-fueled mornings quickly turned into afternoons, and working dinners led to drinks and scheming in the early hours of the morning. We were thorough, pragmatic, and focused. We wanted to be certain that all bases were covered, so that our users, even the least tech-savvy among them, would be able to get started on ClickBank right away without any confusion. And finally, after weeks of alpha testing, beta testing, and several different trials, our system was ready, and we put it into practice. And the results were staggering. Check this out. That's $160,000 in a single month. As you can imagine, I was thrilled. The system was foolproof. So, you can forget about taking shit from your boss. You can forget about the 6 a.m. starts and sitting in rush hour traffic. And you can forget about staring at the white walls of your office cubicle as you dream of being somewhere else. Because with ClickBank, you really can be somewhere else. The beauty of having an online income is that you can work from anywhere in the world. So you can spend just 10 minutes on your iPhone in the morning over a champagne breakfast in your 5-star hotel in Jamaica. And then for the rest of the day, your profits will be coming in as you're sipping pina coladas by the sea. With ClickBank, the possibilities really are endless. Move out of your tiny apartment and into a beachfront villa. Upgrade your current ride to the latest sports car, or take your family on an unlimited shopping spree. Very soon, many of the problems you have in your life right now could become a distant memory. One day you'll struggle to recall what it felt like to wait for the bus in the rain, to lose sleep over debt, and to see the look of disappointment on your child's face on Christmas morning. Because from today, with our ClickBank Cash Code system, I'm going to lead you down the path of success to a much happier life. And this is nothing like any of the bogus scams you've tried in the past. ClickBank is a 100% legitimate website that you can use with ease to make money. And if you don't believe me, Google it. But unless you're a digital marketing expert like Jeremy, then getting started on ClickBank is virtually impossible. That's why you need the ClickBank Cash Code. And don't worry, because I'm not going to be charging you an arm and a leg for this system. I already explained that the whole purpose of us developing this system was to help others to make money. We want to help you. And that's why all I'm asking for full access to the ClickBank Cash Code system is the tiny amount that you see on screen now. That's it. No hidden fees, no repeat costs. Just pay once and the system is yours for life. And because I know you're skeptical, which you rightly should be, you can sign up today with a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. So if you're not completely happy with this system, 2 months from now, I'll give you all of your money back. How does that sound? This is a completely risk-free investment, and every one of our existing members made their joining fee back on day one. You have nothing to lose here. This is your opportunity to finally turn your life around. You will not be given a chance like this again. With this brilliant system, you can quickly establish yourself on ClickBank and have the ability to make some serious money before the big multinational companies swoop in and dominate the platform, just as they've done with everything else. The time is now. Get in the game today, before it's too late. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, living the life of your dreams, seeing the world in first-class style, living life on your own terms. Now imagine yourself still stuck in the same dead-end job, working to someone else's schedule, having no free time and pinching pennies just to get by. You know what you want, so take the initiative to fill in your details on the page and sign up right now. You don't want to live a life of regret, a life of wondering what could have been. I know you'll make the smart decision. If you don't want to access the powerful system that I use to make more than $1 million in 1 year, then I know someone else will. So I suggest you take this opportunity right now, as it will not be offered to you again. Time is ticking. Sign up right now and access the same system that my existing members are using to make more than $80,000 every single month. Make the right decision and sign up for this incredible, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Do it now.